right, welcome back to episode 40 of the Hops and Bops podcast. Does it feel weird we've done 40 episodes so far?
Yeah, pretty
does. Anyway,
Tom has done 40
Yes,
episodes.
yeah,
I know.
you're on like 37 now.
I know. Wow, he's the. If you look it up on IMDb, he has the most episodes.
IMDb.
Yeah.
But we are on location for this episode.
Oh yeah.
We got the gang back together. We are at the lake.
Boys are back in town.
That's right, the undescriptive lake. Because I don't want to give away too much, but we're in the boat. We're on the water, and we're gonna talk about some music and talk about some beer. Because that's the thing we do. So
I don't know why in my head right now, all I'm seeing is boats and hoes from Step Brothers. Who's driving the boat?
Yeah, right.
Who's driving the boat?
it is not being driven right now, don't worry. So this week we have the debut album from Olivia Rodrigo called Sour.
Yes.
Yes, it's a #1 album in the country right now. It's sweeping the charts. And, it's felt natural just to do Sour to go along with it. So we
Really?
Yeah. So we have a couple...
Groundbreaking.
Yeah, right. Got a couple beers from Evil Twin Brewing Company. We have their orange sour, and we have a lemon meringue sour from them as well.
Nice.
We couldn't find them on their website for some reason. They have like over 400 beers or something crazy
nuts.
like that.
Oh, wow.
It was like a huge, and they're all active too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like there's like an archive. Like they're all active.
And they have really weird names too.
Yeah.
So it was weird just to have orange and lemon meringue.
And couldn't find them.
Yeah, on the website too.
Found all these other ones.
No descriptions in it, but
Yeah.
stopped by the package store the other day. Figured I needed a sour. My guy recommended me this one, and
You're a Packy Pat?
yes, his name's Jay. Shout out to Jay.
I need a Packy Pat.
He's a really good guy. But yeah, it's supposed to taste very much like an orange soda.
It looks like orange.
Wow,
Yes.
it's actually orange.
Yeah, so on the
It's
side
not-
of the can, 5%. It is a sour ale with milk, sugar, and orange syrup with natural flavors and certified colors.
This is like straight up Kel Mitchell right here.
We won't. You won't hear a clink today.
Yeah.
We got solo cups.
Yes. Very,
No
very,
glass.
Oh,
very,
No glass on
that was
the
very,
boat.
very plasticky.
Wow.
Interesting.
Right?
Dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like juice.
It's not really.
like orange soda juice.
Yeah.
There's not much sour to it.
Yeah, it's not very. It's you got
The
a
beer's
little bit.
coming in on the back end.
Yeah, you get almost like a that wheat flavor, like when you get a wheat beer, like a shock top or
Like,
something
yeah,
like
like a
that.
Blue Moon, yeah,
that
right.
At the end.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it
Right?
literally, the can literally
Who loves
says,
orange soda?
can literally just says orange in small
That's
little
it.
letters at the bottom.
That's all it's called is orange. Yeah.
It's so strange. I don't know why. Like, I gotta find a list of their beers online because some of their
Natural, certified colors, by the way.
Yes. Okay.
So I don't know if Crayola has something to do with that.
yeah,
or
they actually put crayons into this one.
Who certifies colors?
I think it's Crayola. If
Right.
it's not a Crayola color, it's not a color.
That's what I figured.
Right. It's got to be recognized by the box 64
It's Crayola or nothing.
with the built-in sharpener.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That just tore the paper
Not
off.
that Rose Art shit. No way.
No.
Not that dollar store.
But I
The
do.
red
But I
box.
love.
Get that out of
I
here.
love that the sharpener literally just crumbled the crayon and ripped the paper.
Yes.
That's it.
That's
it didn't actually
No.
do anything.
It was like a caveman, like
You were,
chiseled it.
you were better off biting it.
Or buying a new box.
Anyway, Evil Twin has a bunch of weird names for their beers. They have a triple IPA that's called Real New Yorkers Would Never Live in a Neighborhood Called Dumb, so they added the O. That's the name of a beer.
That's Dumbo for
Yes.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of their locations.
They did one with Brewers Without Borders. They'd have a series called Dumb Fruit because they have a bunch of like smoothie sours that are pretty good.
Okay, cool.
Still the Milky Way in back. We all know why New Yorkers would never wear open flip-flops in public. That's a pale ale. Like all these weird names. I always look forward to the summer of hedonism. And then they just have orange.
Yeah. We chose, and then the other one's called Lemon Meringue.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so I don't know if these were just like, because they do them through 12%? Is that their distributor?
I don't know. We were
believe
trying
so.
to figure that out. Doesn't say.
Yeah, distributed
Oh.
by 12%.
Oh yeah, look at that, North Haven.
Yeah, it
Goddamn.
says they're in North Haven,
12%.
but they don't have a website for the North Haven one. It's just a 12% website.
Interesting.
So, I'm not entirely sure. But
I don't know.
this
But
is pretty good, right?
Orange beer.
Yes.
I'm literally drinking orange soda right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little flat.
A little bit, yeah.
To call it like it doesn't have that soda like fizz to it.
Yeah, it's not carbonated.
Right.
Maybe if you put it through a soda stream or something, maybe.
Oh, Interesting.
That could be that could be fun.
The outtakes.
This
outtakes.
this is going down very smooth.
Yes.
Which is,
Yeah.
Very tasty.
Yeah.
it's dangerous.
Yes.
I tried one while I was eating Chinese food for dinner the other night. That was not good.
Orange chicken. You should have orange chicken.
Oh,
Yeah.
kind of marinate in this.
Oh, now we're talking.
We're smart now.
See, we just got to
Here
go
we
out on
come,
the boat.
Gordon Ramsay.
Watch out.
We just got to get out on the boat. The ideas are flowing. The energy's flowing.
That's right. Yeah, the water's flowing around us.
Yes.
You can hear some kids splashing
Yes.
behind us. It's great. Having a lot of fun.
The boats, the other boats in the distance.
Yeah. So
Classic
Well,
boats and hoes.
right. We'll get through the album a little bit and then we'll move on to the Lemon Meringue one. But this is really good.
Yeah,
I'm,
I like it.
It's as Mike likes to say, this is a dessert beer. I don't know if I would have this in like the middle of the day, but
I could.
Yeah?
Just because
You
it's
think
like
so?
it really tastes like orange soda.
If I'm not
It's a little
eating
sugary.
something, like, and I'm just having this, I could do it.
yeah.
But like, I have my other half of buffalo chicken wrap sitting next to me.
Yes, I do
I
have a
don't
chicken
know.
Oh,
parm.
no, I
I don't know.
inhaled mine. Mine's gone.
The whole wrap is gone.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was hungry.
Nice. Well
Oh,
done.
you got enough
Well
to
done,
absorb this
Mike.
one.
I was hungry.
Cool.
Yeah. So shall we? Shall we transition?
Let's get into this thing.
So Olivia Rodrigo, she was she's only like 18 or something. She's
Yeah.
very, very young.
17, 18?
17 when she recorded.
Yeah, because I was gonna say she says that she's only 17. in
She
the album,
recorded
like
this
6 times.
last year during quarantine. It was all done like remotely
Gotcha.
Yeah.
at home and stuff. So
Yeah, so February of 2003 she was born.
Yep.
She was on the Disney Plus series, not that one, the other one, High School Musical, the series,
Yes.
which is a real name for a show
Wow.
that actually exists. And she was also on 𝙊𝙧𝙧𝙖𝙧𝙀, so she is a bit of a Disney protege, if you will.
Right.
So
just
she's-
like what was an Ariana Grande? And
Yeah, no, she was like Nickelodeon.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh,
Same
You know,
Yeah.
like Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teen,
Justin Timberlake.
television show.
Yeah.
They're on the
Kids.
Mickey Mouse
Yeah.
Club or something like that.
So the cover of the album is her
That's her.
tongue's out.
Yep.
Yep.
Sour is on her tongue.
Yeah.
And she's got all these. They look like stickers, or kind of reminds me of the Skittles commercials where they
the
eat
rainbow?
the Skittles and then the
Oh,
pimples,
okay.
the Skittle
Oh yeah.
pimples,
Skittle pox.
something like that. Yeah.
I've got Skittle pox.
I feel like that's what I got going on here. With,
Okay, I could
this
see it.
look.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a cool album cover though. It pops.
Yeah.
So she signed with Interscope in 2020, and then released Driver's License in January of 2021.
Right.
Okay.
So
Now,
that
that-
one hit #1 in many countries, and I think is still at least in the top 10.
Now,
a couple charts.
Did that have some TikTok fame? Driver's
Yes,
license.
yes, it did a little bit.
That
That
was-
helped it.
Not directly, but that's kind of where I first heard of it. Like I heard it was a TikTok song.
Yes.
Yeah. That before listening to this
Yeah.
album, that was the only song I knew by her, and
Yep.
I only knew it because Joey wanted to play it, so I had
Yes.
to learn it.
Our
I
singer,
had not
yes.
heard it.
Oh,
otherwise.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't listen to the radio. I have Sirius, so I don't hear a lot of this pop stuff.
Yeah, every once in a while
yeah.
I'll peruse the top songs charts on Spotify.
Yeah.
And even right now she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alone in the top 10.
Yep.
And it's surprising because, you know, you really don't hear songs that are like piano-driven ballads reaching the top 10 every
Right.
day.
But
Every
she-
once in a while you get like an Adele or like a
Right.
Lewis Capaldi or someone like that.
Yeah,
that
She
breaks
is
that.
kind of like a younger, not direct descendant of Adele, but she's kind of like that singer-songwriter kind
Yeah.
of emotional. But she also adds in like cool effects that make her music like
Yeah.
more modern.
Yeah, there's a lot of combination to some of her songs where I feel like it's an amalgamation of a lot of the charts of the last like 10 years. Yeah, like
Take 3
amalgamation.
episodes off. and He's just
I've studied up a little bit. I feel like there's a lot of influences from a lot of different artists. Like you'll hear
okay. I have them all written down here. Go ahead.
Taylor Swift,
Yes,
I think,
absolutely.
Adele, like you said,
Yep.
Paramore, I think a little
Haley
bit.
Williams.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
that
her
kind
down
of that
here.
kind of pop it punk style that
I-
you hear on the opener and then on Good for You.
I have
Yeah.
a
Two
couple
of my
more.
favorite tracks.
I have a couple
Yep.
more in mind.
What else you got? What else you got in that that big?
I
ring
hear a lot
yours?
of Billie Eilish.
I could see
Okay.
that.
The
yeah.
kind of mumble singing in a couple
And that
songs.
low,
Yeah.
that low kind of almost whisperish
Yes.
kind of.
Yeah, like on the
that she
beginning
hits.
of Good for You.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then in with the like song production, I hear a lot of like Ariana Grande.
Okay.
It kind of a lot of songs actually, even this opener too, how it directly opens.
Yep.
Reminds me of how.
Yes. You
What's,
know what?
what's the one we did?
Positions.
Yeah. No, is that what it's called?
The album,
Positions?
yeah.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of that, like kind of like a show.
Okay, I could see that.
But I hear a lot of all those female artists in her.
Yeah,
which
well,
is
I think
kinda
that's just the pop landscape of this style of female artist. Well, I mean, just any artist kind of wants to seek that out a little bit. But I think this album is pretty interesting. It's definitely I would consider it a breakup album. You know, she talks about it mainly. That's like the main.
No, really?
I didn't get that vibe at all.
Well, I mean, there are other themes to it. You know.
I just feel like for what she wrote this, we said at 17 years old.
Yeah.
Like, what was she doing from like 12 to 17 that got her going through?
She was on Disney Channel. She was on 𝙊𝙧𝙖𝙘𝙧, obviously.
No,
you know,
I don't know.
favorite.
I just find it like a little bit interesting when, you know, they're young, 17, 18 years
Yeah.
old, and it's just this giant breakup of like every terrible relationship possible, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's such a reoccurring theme on the album, it almost becomes too reoccurring.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in the latter half of the album, I would say definitely doesn't benefit it to be as repetitive. But I mean, we should say from the beginning, we are not this album's target demographic.
No.
This is made for high school and college age females, and
Yes.
we are definitely not that at all.
No, we are not that.
Um,
That was
my,
one of my knocks on the album. Is just there wasn't enough variety for me, theme wise.
yeah,
And like you mentioned, two of your favorite songs, which are also two of my favorite songs, which was the opener's Brutal,
and
and
Good for
then
You.
Good for You, had like that pop punk Hayley Williams,
Yes.
Paramore kind of feel, but you never saw it again, and you never even saw like a variation of that again.
Yeah,
There was one
well,
other
There's
song.
parts of I wouldn't say it's the focal point of any other song.
Jealousy was kind of.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah, me too.
I just felt like they were good, they were cool songs. Her voice actually fit that style really well.
It did.
And then she went into more songs that sounded more like Driver's License for, I would say, a larger chunk of the album.
Yeah.
Which kind of like made the album a little too
Monotonous.
and like low key for me at some points.
Well, I think that's part of the album too, is that it's her going through like stages of grief, you know. And,
So is this all about one breakup that was just holy
That's what
shit
I'm
bad, or is she just really bad at picking guys?
I would assume it's about one. I'm assuming she's going for the swift approach on this one, where it's about one guy. But you know, I appreciate how, you know, some songs are her just like not really believing it's happening and feeling like she can fix it, like in One Step Forward, Three Steps Back.
That's a good song.
She goes through like a lot of sadness on it, like on I gotta find the track list on you know, Enough for You, or Happier, or not Happier, but like Driver's License. And then she gets to the anger, where, you know, where Brutal and Good for You comes out. So it's like a progression that I think is pretty interesting, especially for someone her age. And even though I'm assuming she didn't write all of the songs. I'm assuming she had some help from her label.
Yeah, one other guy, I think something Nigro.
Oh yeah.
She's listed as a writer on every song.
Okay.
Nigro is there on most of the songs.
Yeah.
And actually, one song, I can't remember which one, Taylor Swift is a co-writer.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, it's
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, it's One Step Forward, Three Steps Back. 'Cause I think it's a.
By Taylor Swift and
The
Nancy.
piano line from Taylor Swift, New Year's Day.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. All right. That's pretty
Interpolates.
Interpolates. That's what it is.
Yes.
Okay, so she does take a
Kinda
lot
like
from her then.
The
samples.
one thing about, I thought that song was okay, but I did like the fact that it changed time signatures. It was in 3/4 and then it was in 4/4. and then
Oh,
back and
yes.
forth.
Yeah.
So I just thought that
In
was
the
cool
chorus.
because you don't see that in pop music a lot.
No, you don't.
Because it's very hard for people to like get into and like feel when that time change happens. That was the first thing because it had like a waltz feel to
Yes.
it. That dun,
Yes.
dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. So,
Yeah.
like,
But
that
for
was
me,
the first thing I noticed.
That made it so much more like personal to me.
No,
and like
that's I like
yeah,
it.
right. I'm not saying it was a
Yeah.
bad. I loved it because it felt like she was just sitting at her piano, just playing. Didn't really matter if she was like on time or not, and you know, didn't fit any mold. It was just the piano part she wanted to play and the words she wanted to say. I really liked that.
Yeah. There's a lot of different interesting takes that she takes, or like musical routes that she takes on this.
And speaking of that, musically, like the production, it had a very like minimalistic feel for me.
Yeah,
which
that's
was
probably
cool.
why you hear Billie Eilish on it too,
Yes.
because she'll be very quiet on some of her tracks.
And I think you're going to hear a lot of that for the coming years and I think it's semi a byproduct of COVID because of the limitations artists had, this past year, and the sound is just catching on. And even before COVID, that sound was catching on, even back to like Kanye's like crazy stuff. Like that was all minimalistic,
Yeah, on his work on Ye, which is a good album too.
Yeah. Should we get into the tracks?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Like
Short
I
album.
mentioned,
it's
30
only
something minutes.
34 minutes.
Yeah.
Which
11
I
tracks.
did like that, especially because some of it did become a little monotonous, but it didn't hang too long.
Yeah.
You kind of moved right along. Even this first track was only 2:23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this song.
Yeah, it was a cool song.
Yeah.
It was interesting. We talk a lot about how like the first track is always like a representation of what the album's going to be.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was because, like you said, Mike, that style only appeared on.
You didn't hear this
2
again
songs,
until
yeah.
6, which is good for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I kind of started off with this like, all right, I could get into this. It's like kind of that, like we said, Haley Williams, Paramore feel. That repeated. Oh, I'm tapping.
Yeah, we get the mic on the ground, by the way, so it doesn't pick up wind. It still will, because wind comes through, but
That's okay.
it's okay. It happens.
But yeah, I like the riff. I thought the vocals were cool. She had a cool little effect on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little distorted.
Just a
when
little
she
bit,
starts
like enough.
on the chorus. All I did was try my best.
Yeah.
And she's like expressing her struggles.
Yes.
And then the last line is, "Damn, it's brutal out here," and that's for me that's like her coming to the realization that it's fucking brutal out here. Get ready.
Yeah, this is like a pretty interesting intro for the album because I feel like it's not about the breakup at all. It's just kind of her giving a baseline of her life where she is, because especially, she has like these sort of prime years for young love in like high school and everything that were kind of ripped away from her during COVID.
Yeah.
And it's very just like a time piece, like a very like setting based song. I'm so insecure I think that I'll die before I drink. I'm caught up in the news. One of my favorite lines was if someone tells me one more time enjoy your youth, I'm gonna cry.
Yes.
Because then it's just like, oh yeah, it just gets shitty for the rest of your life, and then she's just starting to realize that, like, oh no, and that stacked with not being around people for a year, stacked with her being broken up with, I'm sure it's all kind of stacking on top of each other in a bad way, and she's just not realizing that. So
for sure.
Pretty interesting intro. I really, really enjoyed this one, and it made it on my 2021 playlist, along with Good For You.
Nice.
Yeah, no, this was definitely one of my top tracks off the album. It just had a good vibe to it. Obviously fit more of my style of music that I enjoy anyway, so that definitely was helpful. Because then you kind of go into Trader and you're like right at that driver's license feel automatically.
Yeah, right. It was like such a 180, musically.
Yeah.
But
and I'm a fan of ballads. I even
It was a very interesting 1-2.
The way the song started with that like acapella thing,
Yeah,
I thought it was a song off like the Pitch Perfect soundtrack or something.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I kind of like the airy instrumentals, and that's what I noticed throughout the album. It allows her vocals and messages to be like at the forefront, which I personally enjoyed.
Yeah, this one is very Billie Eilish, where her vocals are right in the front and a little whispery.
Absolutely.
And it's when you heard Driver's License, you kind of expected this kind of song to be on most of the album. So I get that, but it's very. This is the beginning of the themes of the album, the breakup songs.
For sure. I also enjoyed her like perspective of songwriting, like just the like the metaphors she used and the way she wrote her lyrics.
Yeah,
I thought was a cool take. Like only other person I could think of that wrote songs like in this way is Adele.
Yeah,
it's not so direct and like obvious, but I just like how she uses a lot of symbolism in her writing.
Yeah, well, this song, is talking and straight up says, she goes, "You didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor."
Right.
Yep.
Like that, just that way of looking at it. It's like, okay, I can see what's going on there. Like that's an interesting way to put it. Not something I would have thought of.
Exactly.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
someone for me, like I'm going to say it again. I don't listen to lyrics that much. It was easy for me to listen. You know, I
they're at the forefront.
Understood everything in each song, and I was able to like really get what each song meant.
Yeah, and they're really powerful too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still somewhat close to my high school years. Not close-ish. I'm still 23, but I kind of went something similar through this. I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's very easy to relate to, and I think that's what makes it even more powerful. Like, and I feel like people that went through something similar to this will definitely feel very emotionally attached to a lot of what's on this album.
For sure, yeah.
And you know, she makes it very easy to connect with. And you know, it's not something I throw in at the party. Not something you throw in at the lake.
No.
But you know, for what it is, I think it's really interesting.
Yeah.
You know, especially for someone her age, achieving this kind of emotional complexity is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So
I think she has the opportunity of becoming the next generation's songbird of her generation.
Yes. This album makes me really excited for more albums. Like, I'm not the biggest stan of this album. I'm not gonna die on a ledge for this album, but it does make me really excited for what she has coming for her.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then, you know, jump right into the next one.
Driver's License.
First single, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the intro. You hear the car.
Yes.
And you hear the dinging.
Yes.
Like your seatbelt's not on, or your door, and then the piano comes in and
matches it.
It matches it, and it's like, I might even be on the same note, and it comes right in with. It's pretty cool.
I thought that was a nice touch.
Wouldn't pick that one up a lot. Yeah, Driver's License is cool because it takes something that's like a rite of passage for a lot of younger kids and turns it into something that's like very emotionally strong. Yeah. Because she wants to do all these things, she gets all this freedom, and she wants to take her boyfriend with her to do all this cool stuff with her, and then it all just kind of falls apart. And then she still has to go get the driver's license.
Yeah,
and then it's very like lasting.
Yeah.
So.
And that right there again is such a unique way of writing a song and like expressing your struggles that I really appreciate it. I love this song. I
like her chord transitions. Now this is coming from the musician side of actually playing this song, but just playing it on guitar.
Yeah.
And I had never heard it, so I had to listen to this song quite a few times to really pick up. Like, she'll hang on one chord, one note for say 4 beats, and then go to one for 2, and then go back to that one for 4. So you're not getting like your standard 4 beats, 4 beats, 4 beats. And then they've got that that little bridge part that's all like, it's just one chord after the other, and then she hangs on a chord.
Yeah, I love that.
It's just really cool how she hears and plays those chord changes with the vocals. It's just really cool how they put that together, and it sounds really good.
Yeah. It's I don't know if there's anyone else credited on this song, but you know, she does a great job on this. No, it's just her and her writer.
Yeah. It's very overplayed by now, but
but I mean,
I still think it's a great song. I really like it.
Yeah. When I first listened to it, I was a little put off by it. You know, like, you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. That's a little like, all right. But I thought the overall sentiment of the track was pretty interesting. You know, but you know, in context of the album, it makes more sense than it did when I originally heard it. So I thought that's pretty cool.
And then we get into the one step forward, 3 steps back, which is got the Taylor Swift edition.
Yeah. And I liked
Catchy.
The second verse where she's like, maybe in some masochistic way I find it all exciting. Like, which lover will I get today? Will you walk me to the door or send me home crying? I was like, oh shit.
It's deep. Confusion. You know, you're trying your best, and you know, you're not getting much in return, and
yeah. So, just young love on the rocks.
Yep. Yeah, but you know what? Even though she is young and it's young love, I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know? It's just the struggles of a relationship.
Yeah, you know? Especially post-COVID too.
Yeah.
Because this album is very much a product of its times.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't like a 2015 album, but
right.
You know, very neat.
Yeah, I enjoy this song.
Very, like I said, very waltz feel. Obviously, 3/4 gives you that automatically, but even just the piano riff.
Yeah,
and then you jump right into Deja Vu right after that.
Second single.
Second single, yeah. It only came out like a week before, but
yeah.
Yeah, I love this song too.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of this one. I don't know. I at this point in the album, I need something else, like
Pick me up.
another
Yeah.
theme, like it's a lot of
Like the last song had a little bit of a tempo pickup, but was still very chill. You know, and then this just kind of falls right back into that driver's license trader kind of a vibe again, very low key.
I almost wish they swapped "Good for You" and "Deja Vu."
Okay, I can see that.
for like a little pick me up before the descent.
Right, but then
Yeah,
if they
the
did
descent.
that, then I look at "Enough for You" and "Happier." Those are two kind of
Downers a little bit.
Yeah.
So who knows? Who the fuck knows?
I mean, lyrically, you expect it all to kind of be low key because it's a very
Yeah.
and somewhat depressing kind of vibe to it. But I don't know what she did with "Brutal." I just feel like should have been repeated a little bit more.
Yeah. But more on the lyric side, I like how she's saying like, "Oh, are you doing the same things you did with her that you did with me?"
Yeah.
Because it's only been 2 weeks. Like, he can't learn more about being a better boyfriend in those 2 weeks.
Right.
So he just does the same shit.
I love all the Billy Joel stuff.
Yes.
How
yeah,
like she brings it up, how like they like sang together.
because you taught
then-
me Uptown Girl or
Yeah,
something.
and then later in the song, he's like, I bet you taught her, Billy Joel, like, don't forget that I taught you, or like we did it together, or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
you tell her you love her in between the chorus and the verse.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's just so direct, like it's such a direct like
Yeah.
reference to maybe
Yeah.
something that was real.
Yeah.
We find out who this guy was.
I don't know.
No, if this isn't a T-Swift track 5 kind of thing, you can't figure it out.
Track 5.
Track
I forgot
5.
This is track 5, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
Oh my
wow.
god. No, deja vu.
Whoa, shit. Well done.
Oh, it gets deeper.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, whoever this guy is, he fucked up.
Yeah, this guy's in
Whoever-
trouble.
Yeah, he is in trouble. This is
I bet their whole high school is talking about
a
him.
call out. Yeah.
The drums are interesting in this song.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
a little bit almost that little
Yeah.
marching kind of throw in there.
A little bit more wild.
Breaks it up a little bit. So that one part, just little things like that definitely
Yeah.
change. But
It's simple. It's minimalistic.
Yeah.
It's all it needed.
Yeah.
There's not overproduction. There's not like layers and layers of all the different instruments. Like you don't need it.
Yeah. And it still brings a little bit of that Taylor Swift style, like, vocal melody and, like, the bridge.
Yeah.
And the outro, too.
Yeah.
I really liked it. And the music video is her spying on another girl. That was pretty interesting.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that.
yeah.
I'm like reading about it right now. Wait, which is the
And
one?
next is the most recent single.
Oh,
Think
Good
so.
for You?
Good for
Yeah.
you.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah. Third single.
Yeah.
I love this track. This is one of my
It's
favorites.
like Paramore Light.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is definitely what's the track?
Misery Business.
This is very Misery Business.
Oh yeah, very.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I
used-
love this song.
yeah.
It's a great song.
I've seen a few TikToks that that layer this one over Misery Business.
Oh yeah.
And
No,
it's like
it is. It's,
yeah. It's like my sister singing this song in the car, and then the brother's like, why does this look so familiar? And then it's like 2007 me, and he starts
Yeah,
singing
yeah.
Misery Business.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny.
That's funny.
But
No,
this
it's a
is-
very good song though.
yeah. Love
Yeah.
this song.
I mean, honestly, in my opinion, the best of the 3 singles.
Oh yeah.
I agree with you 100%. Even though I will say I think Driver's License is the best song on the album. This is my favorite song on the
Gotcha.
album.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I just think Driver's License was such a clever way of making a song, lyrically, musically, composition, arrangement,
Yeah.
everything. But this is my favorite song. I love Good For
Yeah.
You. If you hear her singing at the end of the second verse, it sounds just like _𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙤.
It did. Yes.
With the static, like she's talking through a megaphone, like it
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
just like her.
The second
Yeah,
verse.
I like how the chorus is double time from the verse.
Yes.
I expected it to be the same like halftime throughout, but then it like picked it up in the chorus. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, I like the energy switch up she does all over this track. It's
Yeah.
very I think that's what keeps it pretty interesting.
Yes. We
It's
don't say this word often enough, but I believe this is a bop. This is a bop.
This is a
yeah.
bop. It made it
Yeah.
on the 2021
Boppity bop,
playlist for
bippity
me.
bop.
Boppity bop. But yeah, she starts very quiet, kind of Billie Eilish-esque. Picks it up for the choruses a lot, and that's what keeps it pretty fresh for me. And
I'm
even on
trying
the bridge,
I'm trying to get the Smoove series to learn this song.
that would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
You know, a little amped up version of it.
Like a damn sociopath.
It's not a
That's a
difficult
meme,
song.
too.
It's
Yeah,
good.
no.
But like I said, most of her stuff is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
There's not a lot going on there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a big meme in the last chorus where she goes like a damn sociopath.
Yeah.
People use that for TikToks all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
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 So that's track 6 of 11.
Yep.
Crack beer 2.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's grab the lemon meringue. Give me one moment. It's the gentleman.
I would say on Good For You, the only one thing I would probably like change up if I were, again, she's so simple with her music. Like that repeated just 16th to like 32nd note
on the snare drum.
Yeah. That's the only fill they use. Like,
Yeah.
could have
get a little more tom in
something,
there.
yeah.
It could be the same pattern, but just around the kit. It does sound like a real person, but I think they did it in one take. They did one beat of it, and then they just used it for the rest of the song.
Okay.
Much variety.
Yeah.
Literally sounds like the same thing the whole time. It's just a little lemon meringue.
Let's do it. All right.
All right. Yeah. So
lemon meringue. This can is pretty sweet.
Fruited sour ale with lemon and marshmallow flavor.
Yes. You'll taste the marshmallow once, and then you won't taste it again.
Interesting smell.
I smell lemon and I smell marsh.
Yeah. They should make some graham cracker taste in there. Anyway.
Okay. Cheers to.
No, cheers.
Clink.
No, cheers.
Interesting.
Nope. Yeah, it's very tart.
It's that.
Oh.
Pie.
that ain't it for me. No way.
That's not good for you?
No, I'm not.
Like a damn sociopath.
Oh. Yeah.
It's okay.
No, yeah, it's out of the two, I would say it's the least
Delicious.
creative. It's the least.
I mean, the flavor combination is creative. Like, it's a cool idea.
Yeah, you get a little bit of that marshmallow in the back, but yeah, I can see that.
It's weird though because
execution.
You taste more of the sour on the initial hit, but then I feel like you don't get that sour bite. It like disappears. I don't know. It's weird. Like you expect the sour to kind of you think of a Sour Patch Kid, it kind of makes you like pucker up.
Yeah,
like, you feel that when you start, but then it doesn't. It like disappears. It's weird.
Yeah. That big old boat drive by.
Yeah, I think it's a little. I don't know. A little too lemony. Or
I don't know. Do you need more to figure it out? Because you can have all this.
I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm gonna use your spit cup.
Yeah, the first time I had this, because I tried it before we got here, I got the marshmallow taste in the first sip that I had. I was like, oh, that's pretty good, and then I did not get it any time after that.
Yeah.
I think I'm all set with mine.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's not terrible.
I mean, it's not something I would,
I mean, I'll drink it because I'm not leaving a soldier standing, but no dead soldiers. Let's go. So
yeah,
I'm gonna be like pirates, and I'm gonna keep to the code. And if you're left behind, we'll leave you behind.
All right, Jack Sparrow. Yeah, it's interesting. It's not one of my favorites, and I've been on a major sour kick.
Yes, you have.
Not one of my favorites.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought because I got the orange one first, and I figured, oh well, if we're gonna get a couple, I'll get the one from the same brewery.
No, that was.
Figured I'd try it. But.
No,
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
The orange one though, like my only knock on the orange one, it wasn't sour enough for me. Like it was too.
You want to mix them?
Low key. Ooh, I don't know about that.
Low key.
Low key.
I didn't watch the new one. No.
No spoilers.
So anyway, but we're back to another downer.
Yeah, Enough For You. I thought Enough For You was interesting-ish. I mean, obviously,
she
after Good For
transitioned
You,
to guitar.
Yeah.
Acoustic guitar versus piano.
I would say Enough For You is where the album kind of takes a downturn for me. This is where I start to lose a little bit more interest with it.
I agree with you on that.
Because she starts to get a little less. She gets creatively bankrupt on this half. Yeah, like that.
I just think her like vocal patterns become
predictable.
Yeah, like I could sing this song, and I've only heard it a couple times. I listened to the album. I didn't even know the song, and I could sing it like in my head because I kind of just. Where I said she was driver's license had some cool chord progressions and chord changes with the vocals. She then like overplayed it though. And she
Little bit.
started doing that in other songs, and it's like, okay, now you're just kind of like, again, copy and paste, kind of like Good For You drums.
Yeah.
Like I just felt like she got very copy and paste with some of her stuff.
Yeah, this song,
This
song
reminds
wasn't
me-
enough for me.
No, this reminds me of Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah,
Wasn't enough for me.
Like-
Something like that.
you like this song?
No, I like how you,
Oh,
you
yeah.
said. I thought it was interesting because on the lyrical front, she was talking about, for the first time, like, it was kind of her fault that it kind of didn't really work out between them. And I thought that was... Because the entire... Yeah.
I'm just watching Joe's face as he drinks this.
It tastes like it went bad. I'm sorry, evil twin,
Okay.
but there's a good twin and a bad twin here today.
Well, this one is the evil twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the whole rest of the album, she's talking about, like, you know, it's kind of his fault. Like, he was a traitor. And then she's sad because of it. But this one, she's like, you know, maybe it was a bit on my fault. Was I enough for you?
Taking a little accountability.
Exactly, yeah. It kind of...
It's again the same themes again, you know?
Yeah. Especially the back half.
Yeah.
I would say she needs a little bit more. Because, I mean, how long can you really talk about that topic for...
Right.
Like,
And
she's
again,
really stretching it thin.
The next song, Happier, you know, a cleverly written song again. You know, I hope you're happy, but I hope you're not happier. Meaning,
Couldn't
like,
stand the song.
really, I thought it was okay, but
And I
again, the
think
same thing.
what killed me the most is Happier never rhymed with any of the end lines. It was like a forced rhyme.
Oh, I got
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Drove me nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Find no one better, happier.
Yeah, it was a very forced, rhythmic,
Yeah.
like
She puts the emphasis
rhyming.
on ear.
Yeah, it
happier.
just bugged the shit out of me.
I kind of like her mindset though. Like, I hope you're good, but like, we had it
Yeah,
good,
this is...
and I hope you don't have it ever
Yeah.
better than what we did.
No, and she said she even says she's being selfish in this song.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah, this was
which
pretty...
that just really bothered. Like I don't know.
It was pretty mature. Well, kind of, but... This is one of those, like, 5 stages of grief songs where she's at acceptance. Like, she's near the end, like, you know, I hope you're happy, but, like, I don't want you to be happier than I am, because
Right.
I'm trying to grow from this, too. So, I thought that was interesting, but pretty forgettable. 3, 4, like, I'm listening to it and forgetting it.
Yeah.
And then it has that one random like strings / distorted like dun 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 dun.
Oh,
Yeah, right at the,
Just like,
right after the
I
bridge or
don't
something.
know.
But those are the effects I was talking about earlier that I kind of liked. Like it took such a simple song and it like modernized it and it added that.
Yeah, for this
Kinda
song
low
though,
touch.
I don't know what it, maybe it was just I
Didn't fit.
really didn't like this song. It was just random, and then I felt like they didn't do a great job with the lyric and the rhyming. The theme behind the lyrics, that part of it was probably the best part of the song.
Yeah.
I think the music and everything else, I couldn't get into this
Didn't
one.
do it justice.
This one sucked.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
I just didn't like this one.
Take that, Olivia.
Yeah.
I know you're listening.
Actually, who knows? You never know.
You know, people do like
Lobots shared our post.
Yeah, so did Rap Ferreira.
Rap Ferreira did.
Yeah. And shout out to the artist for,
I know,
for
yeah.
sharing us out. I
know.
appreciate that.
Yeah, it's cool.
So what's after this? Jealousy is after that one.
I really like this one.
Yeah, this
Cool
one
song.
is like the shining spot on the B side for me.
Yeah. I kind of liked how it was kind of. I was trying to think of a band to compare this to, kind of like a
Well, this intro is very
like
Billie
Arctic
Eilish.
Monkeys
Yes.
or like Billie Eilish.
This is
Her
very
vocals
Billie
are.
Eilish.
But once the instrumentals come in, it's like
Arctic
those.
Monkeys I could see.
It's that like alt rock from the 2010s kind of. I don't know. Arctic Monkeys is the first one that comes to
Yeah,
mind.
I can see what
Okay.
you're saying.
Like
yeah.
Black Keys, kind of trashy, kind of rock. You know, I don't
Again,
know.
they're,
little bit, yeah.
And what are they? They're bands of 2 or 3 guys that are playing super simple, like kind
Right.
of effects rock. Like,
Right.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
This though was a very Billie Eilish song to me. That
Yes.
bassy intro with
Yes.
the lower vocals. And
Yep.
Yeah, this is
Absolutely.
definitely one of her influences, I would say, on this one.
Yeah, but this is finally a change in theme for me. You know, it's
Yeah.
not about
Yeah.
a relationship. It's
Like-
about her comparing herself to
Yeah.
other girls and getting jealous and getting tired of
Yes.
it.
Yeah. It gave a little change up to the like you said, latter half of the album.
Agreed.
Yeah, it gets a little distorted on the bridge again.
Yep.
Yeah, but overall, like, is it one of the standouts in the album? No, but in this 5-song stretch, I would say it's my favorite out of those. Except maybe, actually, the next song is pretty good too. I like the Favorite Crime.
Yep. Favorite Crime I was not a fan of.
Okay.
I just thought it was, at this point, just...
What, Favorite Crime?
Favorite Crime.
Same idea. It's very
You
low
know,
key.
again, just the reminiscent, I don't know. But I guess, like you said, Tom, like, the later part of the album is she's trying to, like, heal or come around from it. And
Yes, yeah. It's a self...
reflect more.
Yeah, yeah.
So I get that.
It's a self-growth kind of thing. And
Yeah.
this one is, it felt the most, like, folky to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, her lyricism is really interesting on this one. She kind of flexes a little bit of that one. Like, I know that you
I like
love
the
me so bad.
harmonies.
I was your willing accomplice, honey, and I watched as you fled the scene, doe-eyed as you buried me. One heart broke, 4 hands bloody. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming your favorite crime is like killing her and breaking her heart or something. I guess I don't know, but I don't know. It was sweet. I wouldn't say it wasn't good or like something I would be like, oh hell yeah, favorite crime. I don't know. I thought it was cute.
Cute.
Yeah, not condescending. Like, it was cute, whatever.
No, yeah.
But
And then
Yeah.
nothing really much to talk about that one.
and then it ends with Hope You're Okay.
Hope You're Okay was somewhat interesting.
Yeah.
It was definitely meant to be the last album or last song of the album because not only does it talk about her old friends and her boyfriend, but it also talks about part of the LGBTQ community and like despite losing contact with a lot of them, she hopes that they're all okay and nothing is as bad as it seems. Ties a lot of her leaving high school and like departing a lot of friends. And I thought that was kind of cool because it departed a bit from the boyfriend narrative that was plaguing a bit of the album.
It veers away from that time.
And
It's
you
hopeful. It ends the album with some hope.
Yeah.
And,
thematically, it kind of departs from what the rest of the album was talking about, which some people who wanted just a breakup album would not like, but I appreciated it.
Yeah.
But as a song itself, it didn't really do much for me at all. Another along the same lines.
Yeah, and it was just, I don't know, boring. Again, thematically, lyrically, good ending. Song-wise, very boring way to end
Right,
the
like
album.
as a listen.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, at this point, I'm kind of falling asleep on the back half.
Yes. But
Did she graduate high school last year? Class of
no, she's
2020?
graduating right
This
now.
year?
Yeah.
I will forever feel awful for the class of 2020.
Thanks.
High school and college.
Thank you.
Yes, Tom.
I just
sorry.
walked like a month ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It was very bittersweet.
Shall we?
Yeah?
Let's do it.
Going with the beer first, or are we doing the album?
No, we do the album first. In classic Hops and Bops fashion.
Well,
Yes.
you haven't invited us in about a month and a half. So
That's right. We're not even recording on a weekend. This is a Thursday.
this is a Thursday.
I know.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
nice though.
It is nice.
But yeah, that's the whole album. I thought for a pop album that is as big as it is right now, it was very interesting. You know, I feel like she has a lot of potential for what she can accomplish in the future. But in terms of a thematic album, it was pretty interesting. Does every song hit? Not really. But the singles, I thought were very different for being so high up in the pop charts. And
For how popular they are.
yes, yeah.
But I think that's what's popular now.
Yeah, I think
You know?
well, that's what she's trying to do is change the pop field into this being as prominent as it is.
Yeah.
So that kind of game changingness, I really appreciate it on this.
Yep. I just hope she doesn't like sell out, you know. And,
Exactly,
And
yeah.
get formulaic and all that, you know.
Yeah, I want her to keep changing things up. I want to hear more pop punk-esque style songs, but I mean also keep what kept her fresh. You know, I still want to hear some ballady, deja vu style songs or like a driver's license.
But even the singles, they don't feel like what you would think of in a typical single. Pop single. They're different, and I hope she stays that way.
Yeah,
That's what made her so popular.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, not a fan of the beer as it comes along.
Yeah, it's
That's a rough
a tough one.
Yeah.
All right, so
Tracks.
tracks. Let's do it. Top track, take it away, Tom.
My favorite was Good For You. Granted, I do like a bit heavier music, so I can see why that appealed to most of us. But, I really like the drums. I don't know, you guys aren't a big of a fan, but I liked her. One thing for the whole album is I like how her vocals fit on whatever track she was on. It didn't matter if it was Good For You or she's getting a little heavier and screamy, that Paramore-esque style, or if it was like a ballad and she was very whispery and quiet. It all fit. And I think that kind of Disney Channel style, like, molding, kind of like an industry plant, if someone wants to call her that, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But I liked how it fit over everything, and especially on this track where she decided to get very angry with it. And it was very, it sounded like it was very cathartic for her to do. So,
yeah.
Good For You is my favorite.
Yeah, I agree. Good For You, my favorite as well. A lot of the same reasons. Musically, I liked it. I think Driver's License, like I said, it was the best song on the album, but this is my favorite song, Good For You.
Not much else to say. Good For You.
Yeah.
That was the one, being a single, it's the one that kind of stuck out to me.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, how about your bottom track?
Happier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, it was just a very confusing song to me. I just really couldn't get into it. And I was just kind of also like, for that to be the song like Taylor Swift co-wrote, she's like this big, and I was just like, I don't know, it just wasn't.
I thought she co-wrote One Step Forward.
Oh,
Three
I'm
Steps
sorry,
Back.
you're right, you're right.
That's right. Fact check real quick.
But right, Zuckerberg.
Zuckerfuck.
Anyway, yeah, that song just had too many frustrating parts for me to really get into.
Yeah. All right.
I would agree. Yeah, it was just very forgettable for me. There's not a lot that stood out about it, and it was just pretty basic.
Yeah.
Pretty same thing.
I went with Favorite Crime.
Okay.
I could have chosen enough for you too. I don't know. The back half was hard for me, getting into it. But
Back half.
So yeah, Favorite Crime. I just chose that. It was a tough one for me to get into that late in the album. But my Sleepy Dark Horse. I have two.
But it's stuck.
I went with One Step Forward, Three Steps Back.
Okay.
And Jealousy. I really like those two. One Step Forward for its simplicity, its rawness, its personality, its intimacy. You felt like she was right there singing to you.
Yeah.
And then for Jealousy, it was kind of like this toned down kind of Billie Eilish feel. I'm not a big Billie Eilish fan, but I kind of liked her approach to that song, and I liked what the song was about too.
Yeah.
So I went with those two.
Okay.
Mine was Brutal.
Okay.
The opener.
I thought it was a great opening song. Not necessarily for this album.
Yeah.
But it was a great opener song.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, like, again, leaning towards the type of music I listen to and I like, I could see myself listening to that song.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a good song. I thought her voice fit it great. And
I was surprised
it really
when I heard
wasn't,
it. Yeah.
again, other than Good For You, and I didn't even know so much, but that's probably the quote-unquote the heaviest song was Brutal.
Yeah.
And, like, it came right in, and I just wish there was more of it.
Yeah. I didn't get to say it earlier. I liked how it slowed down. Like what's that, decrescendo?
Yeah.
Towards the end, I thought that was cool.
I would say Brutal is my second favorite song, but in terms of something you probably won't hear for a while, I went with Jealousy. Because while I like Brutal, it's definitely one of those other songs that really keeps you. It starts the album off really strong, but I think Jealousy definitely hits you different in the second half. Brings in more drums, which a lot of the other songs before didn't really do that. And even that, it's not even that flashy, really. It's just very simple drums.
Yeah,
but
right.
It was enough of a switch up to keep you feeling, oh, okay. In the second half, it made you want to listen to the rest of the album, even if the latter half of the album wasn't as strong. But it was interesting.
Yeah.
Gets a little shouty in that bridge too. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah.
Okay, let's rate it.
Yes.
So
We're doing the Hops and Bops patented 10 out of 10 rating.
wow, we're changing format.
Yes.
Starting at episode 40.
Yeah,
Okay.
patent is not pending. I got it in the patent office.
All right.
So we're all set.
Okay.
Out of 10 for this album, I am going to give it a 6 out of 10. I think it was a pretty good album. I enjoyed a majority of it. I would say more than half of the album, which is why I gave it a 6. The latter half of the album is a little bit more down. You know, it doesn't make you want to keep going. It just makes you want to fall asleep a little bit. But it's interesting. I like the thematic style to the whole album. She definitely keeps pop listeners, you know, on the edge. And especially for someone that young, for someone who has a bit of industry backing, she does have a little bit of Disney Channel style behind her.
Yeah.
It was very just a stylistic mishmash of a lot of different sounds in the pop sphere. And I can't wait to hear more. I can't wait to hear another album from her. So I gave it a 6.
Cool.
Same.
6.
Really? Oh, okay.
I mean, wasn't a bad album. You know, if we were in our 5 zone, I would have given it like a 2.5 or a 3.
Yeah.
So it's 6. I just
Okay.
felt like it was a little bit too much of the same. Just kind of the biggest thing that killed me was just the overbearing theme that just never even varied a little bit. It was just too much.
I have my score out of 5. It's a 3 out of 5.
So
But if I
double.
multiply
6?
by 2,
Yeah.
6. But
Go
I feel
Matt
like
guy.
6 is a little high for me. I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. Because
We can give it a 5.5, which would be a 2.75 out of 5.
yeah, right. Oh man, I'm gonna go 5.5.
Okay.
5.5 out of 10. Yeah, I'll go 5.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I like what she did. It just thematically didn't have enough variety for
That's
me.
fair.
And coming from a non-lyric guy, like all of a sudden I'm listening, but because it's so easy to listen to, that there's so many repetitive themes on it, I would have liked a little more variety. Musically, I thought it was cool. Production was awesome. Her voice is great. Like, I hope she's around for a long time.
Yes.
But for me, as a whole album, I'll go 5.5.
Okay.
Yeah, out of 10.
There you go.
Yeah.
Patent pending. Just
Cool.
kidding. We already got it. And so for both of the Evil Twin Brewing beer company
We're
beers,
doing those out of 10.
yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna rate both of those.
Okay.
So we'll start with the orange one, I guess. I really liked it. I thought it was an interesting combo of orange flavoring and also like a sour. You don't really get a lot of that sour taste, like Mike was saying, but you still, it doesn't taste like a straight up like orange soda. Like there's a little bit something in there. So I'm gonna give it like an 8. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's not something you want to eat with or drink with every meal. It's something that you probably just want to have straight up because it does get dangerous.
I agree with you.
And it was definitely a something interesting that I haven't tried before. So thank you, Jay, for giving me that one.
Yeah, for the orange, I
Yeah.
was gonna go 4, so an 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing missing from that beer was I could have done more sour.
Okay.
I could have had a little more bite to it, so that it tasted a little different than orange soda. Not like I was drinking orange soda, you know, that is gonna fuck me up after 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Like, I wish there was a little more. When I don't want a sour that's gonna kill you, but I want to know it's a sour.
Yeah.
That could have been labeled something else, and I wouldn't have thought any different because I just don't think there was enough sour
Yeah.
Yeah.
on
Okay.
for that aspect.
I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was a little too syrupy for me.
Yeah. I can see that.
The idea was cool. It definitely tasted like orange soda, but that flavor I would have much rather had some carbonation behind it, maybe as a seltzer, maybe not as a sour beer.
Ooh, okay.
You know, like an orange. Like if that was a seltzer, I probably would have enjoyed the flavor more. But because it was a beer and beers are, you know, flat, there's no carbonation.
Yeah.
All I tasted was like the syrupiness. It was thick, but the idea of it was cool. So I'm gonna give 6 out of 10.
Sure. And while you're rating, Joe,
Yeah.
why don't you talk about this beautiful?
Oh.
Look at the can, though. Look at the can.
The can is sick.
It's a cool like double
the little
triangle lemon meringue, kind of like
You'll
a
see in
mountain.
the picture, yeah.
The meringues on the top and
Yep.
the lemons on the
It's
bottom.
like a gold label. The label is sick. The idea is awesome. The execution is far from that for me. I took 2 sips of this and I haven't even touched it. I'm giving it a 1.
To be fair,
yeah.
I did not look at the bottom of the can.
Oh no.
It may have expired in March 29th of 2021.
Oh, would you look at that? So this is an unfair rating, then. An unfair taste of it.
should have checked that one. I didn't even think of that. That's
Right at the end of the episode.
might be.
Evil Twin's gonna sue
No,
us.
usually that's the canned date. Usually.
Oh yeah.
So
What your buddy Doug? What's he
so
say?
we're about usually 30 days post. So
even still.
we're
That's
about
end of April.
This is June 24th. We're
June
recording.
24th.
So.
we're about a month, almost 2 months.
Yeah.
You know, it's 3 months past the can date.
Yeah.
And usually you don't want to go more than 30 or 60 days.
Yeah.
Especially when you're buying a beer probably as expensive as those come out to be.
I
You
don't
know,
remember. It's probably
14,
like
15,
Yeah,
16
probably
bucks.
15. Yeah.
So they're a little beyond. I mean, I don't personally believe that they've lost or changed much flavor in those extra 30 days past when usually you want like a fresh beer. However, yeah, you said you gave it a 2?
1.
A 1? Yeah, I was giving it a 3.
Yeah.
I feel bad now because of the date.
I don't think that
like a fresher.
affected the flavor's still going to be similar.
Yeah.
You know, I thought there was a little too much lemony flavor.
Yeah.
And then I don't. It just
Try again.
there was just some.
Good luck.
Just wasn't a great combo for me. Wasn't a great combo for me. I'm not going to eat that pie anyway, so.
Right. Yeah.
So that doesn't help.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. I would say it's somewhere. I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 10 for me. When I first had it, I really liked the marshmallowiness. If they brought more of that to it, then I think it would have been a better beer.
Okay.
I would like to try it maybe pretty fresh, but I don't know if they even
Like
can these
off tap.
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, if that's still a thing. But yeah,
Right.
it was very tart. It was a bit too
Yeah.
tart. It needed a bit more sweetness to it to kind of mask that. So
Lemon's a tough flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's in like a seltzer,
Mm-hmm.
it's a hard flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need more meringue in there. But yeah.
Cool. All right. There you go.
Shout them out.
So we have Olivia Rodrigo on Instagram. One word.
All right.
Yes.
O-Rod.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, that's great. O-Rod. That's gonna happen right here on the hops&bops podcast.
Oh, Rod. TM.
Yeah. Debut album, more to come, I'm sure.
Yes, I hope so.
And then we have, I believe
𝙊𝙧𝙖𝙬𝙬 for Evil Twin Brewery.
on
They have a couple locations. They have one in Dumbo. Well, they're both in New York.
Brooklyn and Queens.
Yeah, and then Ridgewood, I believe,
Yep.
is their other one.
And they're Evil Twin Brewing NYC on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, episode 41.
41.
Coming up next, we'll still be on the boat. We're going to do one more here.
It's a big one.
It is
it's
a
our
big one.
4th of July episode.
That's
it drops
right.
on the 4th of July.
Yes,
And we have some good plans for you.
we do. We have Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA album.
Yes.
1985. Very patriotic themed
Yes.
release. And
we just did, well, you guys just did.
Yes,
Bruce,
yeah, me and my
Dad,
dad.
Buddy, yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to get a little double kick of Bruce.
Yeah, well, it's cool because I think they're both different albums.
Exactly,
So
yeah. They're
it'll
like
be cool to hear our comparisons.
12 years apart. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
he is going to have different styles by then. So,
So that's the album.
yes.
And then to drink,
Mm-hmm.
we have Rocket Pop from 𝙊𝙧𝙖𝙘𝙀, another brewery that we
Yes.
are revisiting. It's like the classic bomb pop popsicle. It's a sour.
Oh, it's sour. Okay.
It's a
Yeah,
sour. Yeah,
okay.
it's a pretty popular beer this time of year in Connecticut. So happy to get our hands on it. We're pairing those together for the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
go.
Can't wait. So we have that to look forward to. Thank you so much for listening to us. We're having a fun time as always. Hope you guys are too. Hops&bops podcast on Instagram and Facebook. We're streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. For Tom and Mike, I'm Joe. We'll see you next time.
Peace.